Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about CruzTools Tool Kits. You should be considering a CruzTools Tool Kit if you ever plan on breaking down your bike, or if you don't plan on breaking down your bike. These things are currently out there for all sorts of stuff. They have some very general kits, but then they also have some very model-specific stuff, some of which we're going to get to in just a little bit. Installation on these is no beards. It's zero beards. There's no installation whatsoever. If you don't know how to use the tools, that's kind of on you, but as far as putting one of these in your saddlebag, you should be able to figure it out by yourself. Let's get talking about these things. So everybody around RevZilla knows that I always have tools in my saddlebag or in my tool roll because I'm usually riding claptrap old junk, and that means that stuff breaks down constantly. I carry enough tools to do full engine rebuilds because I'm riding around on just terrible old motorcycles. And it's a big laugh until somebody actually needs something out in the parking lot and they know that I'm going to have it with me. You too can be Lemmy prepared if you grab yourself a CruzTools Tool Kit. Now, one of the reasons you might want to do this is because a lot of new bikes don't even come with toolkits anymore. Harleys for years have not come with toolkits, and other bikes are starting to do it too. I bought a Honda XR 650 recently. There was just no toolkit, and I had to assemble my own. That's kind of a second problem. Assembling your own can be kind of a bear. How do you know what tools to put in there? How do you know what breakdown you're going to face? Well, you can let CruzTools do the work for you. They know exactly the stuff you're going to need on your bike, the stuff that's most likely to need turning, fixing, repairing when you're out there broke down on the road. And they have a couple kits designed at various price points to help folks out and make sure that they're prepared for any trip they're taking. I want to concentrate on a few of the specific ones today. So let's get into just their average basic metric toolkit here. Now these things are pretty nifty because they're just well stocked. You have your various wrenches, screwdrivers, the tools you're going to need for just general sort of roadside repairs. Foot peg falls off, shifter flies off, somebody loses something on the road, or you just need to snug up a fastener. You've got this stuff to do it with the metric specific kit. The metric kits are nice. They're packed with all the metric tools you're going to need if you're riding around on a Japanese motorcycle. But there are some other kits too, and again, they pay some great attention to some of you make-specific riders. For instance, this kit we're looking at here is a Harley-specific kit. Check this thing out. So we roll this thing open, and the roll itself is actually one of the cool parts about this kit. They're canvas rolls, and that's really great because if you have this thing rolling around loose in a saddlebag, you're not going to hear the constant clanging of your tools. Anybody old enough to remember the old Harley teardrop toolboxes knows that those things just make all sorts of noise. It's like, hey, you've got an explosion going on behind you every time you hit a bump. So the kits that are bike specific really are kind of helpful. Because this is a Harley kit, they include some stuff that's going to be really helpful for Harley guys. Baling wire, zip ties, as you can see down here, and then you'll also notice too, thread locker, because it's a Harley, they shell fasteners. It is what it is. It is kind of cool though to have all that stuff there, knowing that if you do wind up losing some parts, you're set to go. But there's also some bike specific stuff in there that's going to make your life easy too. For instance, they include a bunch of Torx wrenches. One of the ones they throw in there is that T27. That never seems to come with any tool set you ever buy. There's one right in there, and you need them because T27s are all over Harleys. One of the other things they do too is you'll notice too, if you look at these wrenches, they actually have both SAE wrenches as well as a metric in here too. A lot of the late model Harleys have some metric fasteners on there as well. Kind of stinks if you've only got one flavor of wrench with you, but you need something else that you don't have. CruzTools has done a great job assembling a kit for you with the stuff you're going to need that's going to be most specific to your make of bike. Now to that end, let's check out this BMW toolkit because there's some special stuff in there for those of you guys riding around on German bikes. If we pop this puppy open, similarly, there are some tools in here that are going to be BMW specific. I think they really are well thought out. You'll notice here they have both internal and external Torx bits. These are super hard to find if you're on the road. There's not an auto parts store in the world that's going to have this stuff ready to rock and roll for you. One of the other things they include that I really love is this hex socket adapter. Those of you guys riding around on BMW K-Series bikes, or if you're zipping through on an F650 or 800, those 22mm axles, you need something to get those things off. Good luck getting a wheel off if you have a flat tire in the middle of nowhere if you don't have a tool like this. CruzTools really does just make it easy to buy a kit and go. Now, one of the things I do want to stress, because there's no real install section here, one of the things I do want to stress when you are considering a kit for your bike is that these things are really meant to be roadside kits. These are not something you're going to be doing your major repairs and service with. Granted, they're very well stocked, and I think a lot of people probably will cheat and do a little bit of maintenance here or there with them. But just keep in mind when you're ordering, these things are designed, again, for roadside style repairs. Don't grab one of these thinking you're going to do every single bit of your overhaul with a kit like this. I think Cruz Tools has really knocked it out of the park. Up until I knew these things even existed, I always just assembled my own toolkits, and it was usually trial by fire. I had a couple breakdowns on the road somewhere where I thought, oh, I better put that in my toolkit for next time. You don't have to worry about that with the Cruz Tools kit. That's just my opinion though. Click below, see what some other riders who are already rocking a Cruz Tools kit on their bike have to say about it. If you've got a question that I didn't answer, or you need a little bit of assistance choosing a kit for your bike, get in touch with one of our gear geeks. See us at RevZilla.com. You can always get us by phone, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy, I'm out of here.